Hey, it's Ben Wise from ZOAR Fitness, and this is the name game. Workout number 55 is Giza. 4 time at the 20-minute time cap. It's 90 double unders, 30 calorie row. 90 double unders, 30 burpee box get-ups. 90 double unders, 30 dumbbell box step-ups. 90 double unders, 30 burpee box get-ups. 90 double unders, 30 calorie row. For the box movements, so both the box step-ups and the burpee box get-ups, it's 24 inches for males and 20 inches for females. For the dumbbell box step-ups, it's 50 pounds per hand for the males and 35 pounds per hand for females. So let's get into standards. For the double under, you have to jump and your rope's got to pass under your feet twice, and they have to be successful reps. For the row cows, it starts on 0. Your butt can't leave the seat until the screen shows 30. Now those two are pretty simple. The other two are ones that we're not quite as familiar with, these other two movements. So for the burpee box get up, it is just like a burpee box jump in the sense that you have to start with your chest and thighs touching the floor, and you have to end in full extension standing tall on the box. So hips, knees, and ankles all in one straight line from a side profile. And that's what I mean by standing tall on the box. The get up implies that you do not have to jump up. You may step up. You may choose to jump up, that's perfectly fine, but you can also choose to get up. Last standard for the burpee box get up is that your hands cannot touch the box. The dumbbell box step up now. So this is dumbbells in each hand and you're stepping up. You're starting with both feet on the floor, you're ending with both feet on the box, and again, standing tall. You can choose to alternate as you please, and that's the same with the, if you're stepping up the box get-ups, you can do that too. So basically, any method that you want, your feet gotta start on the floor, you gotta end standing tall on top of the box, and once again, your hands and the dumbbells can't touch the box. So for setup, you're gonna put your rower, your rope, and your box in a nice little triangle where any transition that you have is easy. Again, you're actually never transitioning from your rower to your box or your box to your rower. It's always to the rope in between. So really, it's just important that your rope's in proximity to both your rower and your box. Then strategy, 3 tips. First is height. Height is either gonna be your friend or your foe in this one. And in terms of strategy, it's just thinking about where you can sort of make up ground relative to the people that you're competing against. So if I'm a tall individual, obviously row cows are gonna be easier for me because I have nice long pulls. The get-ups are probably also gonna be easier because I have nice long legs and I can stand up. The burpee portion might not be as nice, but the step-up portion will be great. And then the burpee or the dumbbell box step-up is really where you're gonna have the biggest advantage, because basically the taller you are, the less deep into a squat you are in almost like a single leg squat or like a pistol type movement. Basically, the taller you are, it's almost gonna be like you're doing like a box squat versus a full squat. If someone's a 5'6" male and they're doing it to a 24-inch box, or you're a 5'2" female doing it to a 20-inch box, it's gonna be way more challenging. It's basically like you're deep in a squat each time you're doing these step-ups. So that's where the height is gonna be an advantage. Often for double unders especially, and for the burpee portion of the burpee get-ups, those are gonna be more favoring to someone who's a little bit shorter and especially lighter in those cases. So again, not necessarily saying how you should strategize it, but thinking about, this is the portion of the workout that's probably gonna be more challenging for me based on my height. So I need to make up some time in these other portions of the movement of the workout. Tip number 2 would just be to stay composed on the double unders. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of 90 double unders. So we got a lot of double unders and over 400, good at math. And what you basically need to remember is that it's not a problem when you trip, and that you're going to trip, right? Tell yourself I'm gonna trip. When I trip, I'm just gonna take 2 to 3 deep breaths and I'm gonna start back up, right? Detach yourself from getting frustrated at your rope. If you get frustrated at your rope, if you want to you get more tense and it's gonna go worse, right? Or if you throw your rope in the corner, let's go untangle it and get started again. That's not gonna be how you get your best score. And uncoincidentally, the more pressure that is on you in terms of like, this is an important qualifier. I'm in a semifinal event. I'm, at the games trying to do these. There's only going to be more and more pressure on you as you try to do that in those environments. So relative to other testing scenarios, this is pretty low stress. So there's zero reason for you to get upset at your jump rope. Like, chill out. This is an important training session, but it's a training session, right? So when you trip on double unders, because you're going to trip, and back into it, right? So take a deep breath, 2 or 3, and then start back up. And again, for the double unders, you might be someone who, I don't plan to break, in maybe 3 sets of 30. I just plan on each time I, trip, that's gonna be my break, and I'm just gonna take an extra second or 2, and then I'll compose myself and get back into it. Or you might be someone who decides, okay, if I don't trip by the time I get to 30 double unders, I'm gonna stop, rest for a bit, and then try to do my next set of 30. Hopefully I'm broken again. Again, if I trip, no big deal, just start back up, right? And just having that mindset of, I'm gonna trip, like, it's fine, I'll just get back into it and keep going, is the best way that you're gonna elicit your best performance. Tip number 3 is smooth is fast. So these are movements that you could actually slow down quite a bit. So the row cows, you can certainly change the speed at which you're moving through those row cows. I think people intuitively understand that a lot. The Burpee Box Get-Ups, yeah, you don't need to like rush through those reps. Like, you can kind of take your time, like step the reps down, step the reps up, be more relaxed and carry less tension through the movement, and kind of move just a touch slower and conserve a little bit more energy. The dumbbell box step-ups, again, you can be methodical. You don't want to be inefficient because you're holding these dumbbells for a really long time if you're doing that, but making sure that you're as relaxed as possible. You're not just trying to rip through reps. The movement that this does not apply to is the double unders. The double unders, if you think about moving slower, usually what that means is that you move your hands slower. And that means if you're moving your hands slower, you are forced to jump higher to be able to make successful reps. So for the double unders, I would actually flip this, right? I would actually say you want to get through those reps. If you're someone who's really proficient at double unders and you're not just worried about trying to get through without tripping, if you're really proficient, try to speed up the double unders where you are jumping lower and then you're just going really fast with your hands. If you're jumping lower and you're just really fast with your hands, if you're not jumping as high, right, then you're not using those big muscles to produce a lot of force each time. It's actually gonna keep your heart rate lower. And yeah, it might fatigue your wrists a little bit more, but hopefully that's not a huge limiter for you and you can get through your dumbbell box step ups fairly quickly, because that's really the only thing that's gonna blow up your grip in this workout besides the double unders. So besides that, think about being smooth and maximizing your smoothness in the workout. I know that's super sexy. And that's actually what's gonna allow you to get your best score throughout this entire thing, because it will allow you to keep moving. And as we can see, relative to the time cap, this is gonna be a fairly long workout. So making sure that you pace it accordingly is gonna be important. So overall, those are, I think, the keys to performance in this workout. If you're somebody just watching this and you're not signed up for the protocol yet, you can get a 7-day free trial. You can check it out. Go to zoarfitness.com/pro-trial to get 7 days for free. For everybody else, best of luck on Giza.